Hello मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, welcome back. I know, exams are getting so close and things can feel a little tense, right? But बिल्कुल चिंता मत करो. You have me. Today we're going to make this chapter, excretory products and their elimination, super easy for you. Ready? Chalo, let's jump right in.
Okay, so just think about this for a second. Your body, it's like a huge factory that never ever shuts down. It's working 24/7, all these metabolic activities are happening. But you know what happens in any factory, right? It produces a lot of, well, kachra, waste, things like urea, uric acid, extra salts, all this stuff. And we absolutely cannot let it just pile up inside us. That'll be toxic. So our body needs a fantastic, super efficient cleaning crew.
And that brings us to our hero of the day. So, let's start our grand tour of the body's very own super purifier, the human excretory system. This is the amazing system that's always working to clean our blood and keep us fit and healthy.
So, have a look here. This is the main setup. See these two bean-shaped things? Those are your kidneys. They're the main filters. Then you have these two tubes coming down, the ureters, which carry all the liquid waste to this bag-like thing, the urinary bladder. Think of it as a temporary storage tank. And finally, this little pipe here, the urethra, is the exit. So, what are the parts again? Kidneys, ureters, bladder, urethra. Easy peasy.
But wait, the real magic, the really interesting stuff is happening deep inside those kidneys. So, what do you say? Chella bacha, let's grab our magnifying glass and zoom right in to see what's actually going on in there.
You see, a kidney isn't just one big filter. Not at all. It's actually packed with millions of tiny little worker units. How many? About 1 million. That's 10 lakh in each kidney. Wow. And these microscopic powerhouses are called nephrons. These are the little guys doing all the real heavy-duty cleaning of your blood. Okay, bachcho, pencils ready? This is a super important point for your exams. The nephron is the structural and functional unit of the kidney. This is a classic 1-mark question, so please remember it. Now, every nephron has just two main parts you need to know. First, this tangled up ball of tiny blood vessels called the glomerulus. And second, this long, winding tube called the renal tubule. That's it, just two parts.
All right, quick memory check. Don't just listen. I want you to pause and say the answer out loud. Come on, what are the two main parts of a nephron?
Okay, so we've met the nephron, our little worker. Now let's see how it actually does its job. The entire process of cleaning the blood and forming urine is actually a simple 3-step process. Just 3 steps. Let's go through them one by one.
So here they are. Step 1 is glomerular filtration. You can think of this as a pressure wash. Step 2 is tubular reabsorption. This is like the quality control step, where we save all the good things. And step 3 is tubular secretion, which is like the final garbage toss. Let's dive into each one now.
First up, filtration. Now this happens in the glomerulus. And the best way to imagine it is like your mom's chai ki channi, a tea strainer. Blood comes in with a lot of pressure, and just like tea, all the small things get filtered through. Water, salts, glucose, and of course the waste like urea. But the big stuff, like proteins and blood cells, they're like the chai patti, the tea leaves. they get left behind. This whole high-pressure filtering process is called ultrafiltration.
Now, prepare to be amazed. You won't believe how hard your kidneys are working. Every single day, they produce about 180 liters of this filtrate. Can you even imagine that? 180 liters. That's like 9 of those huge 20-liter water bottles you see in offices. Every single day. Isn't that just mind-blowing?
But hold on a second. If our kidneys are filtering 180 liters, does that mean we're, peeing 180 liters a day? No way, right? Of course not. On average, we only release about 1.5 liters of urine each day.
So that leads to a very big question. Where did the other 178.5 liters go? Did it just disappear? Poof? Gone? Absolutely not. It went right back into the body. And this, Baccio, is the incredibly important second step, reabsorption. Our body is so smart. It's not going to just throw away all that useful stuff.
And look at this diagram. This is where it all happens. That long renal tubule acts like a brilliant recovery team. As the liquid passes through its different parts, you see the PCT, then this U-shaped Henle's loop, and then the DCT, all the good things are pulled back. About 99% of the water, all the glucose, amino acids, all the useful ions, they're all reabsorbed back into the blood. Our body is making sure that only the true kachra gets thrown out. Now, you might think this whole system just runs on autopilot, but that's not true at all. It's actually a very, very smart system. It's constantly being checked and balanced by some important supervisors. And those supervisors, my dear students, are hormones.
Think of it like a seesaw, okay? We have two main teams keeping our body's balance. On one side, if your blood pressure falls too low, the renin-angiotensin mechanism kicks in to bring it back up. Push. But if your blood pressure gets too high, the other team, led by a hormone from the heart called ANF, comes in and brings it back down. It's this beautiful push and pull that keeps everything perfectly balanced.
So for your exams, this is your quick revision slide. Just remember these key players. ADH, that's the, hey, you're dehydrated, save water hormone. Aldosterone, that one says save sodium and water, which helps increase blood pressure. And ANF, that's the opposite. It's the, whoa, blood pressure is too high, let's bring it down hormone. Simple as that. A perfect screenshot for your notes. Okay, let's quickly recap. We've filtered the blood, we've taken back all the good stuff, and the final waste product, urine, is ready. So what's next? Well, now we have to talk about dispatch, and also what happens when there are some maintenance problems with the system.
The final step has a fancy-sounding name, Micturition. But don't worry, it's just the scientific name for the process of urination. It's quite simple, really. When your bladder gets full, it sends a little message to your brain saying, hey, I'm full. Your brain, the boss, then gives the signal to relax the muscles and the urine is released. It starts as a reflex, but as we grow up, our brain learns to control it.
And last but definitely not least, especially for your exams, let's look at a few common problems. First, uremia. This is what happens when the kidneys don't work properly and urea builds up in the blood, like a toxic traffic jam. Then there's renal calculi. You probably know these as kidney stones. Imagine hard little crystals, like pebbles, forming inside. Ouch. And finally, glomerulonephritis. This is when our tiny filters, the glomeruli, get all swollen and inflamed. Just knowing these three names and their basic meaning can get you some very easy marks.
And that's a wrap. The whole chapter made simple just for you. Your kidneys are like your silent best friends, working so hard for you every single day without you even noticing. So I have a little question for you. What's one healthy promise you can make to them today? Maybe just one extra glass of water. It's a small step. Think about it. All the very, very best for your exams, my dear Baccio. I know you are going to be absolutely amazing. Keep smiling and keep shining.